I've been high and seek and still I can't get loose. Won't let me leave, keep trying to pull me back to you. Girl, you got me going and I can't stand to play the fool. You got me breaking all the rules because I'd rather be with you. I said I'd rather be with you, rather be it too. Can't get too comfortable, I gotta play it cool. I've been stuck inside the cycle, I've been really in a loop. And every time I try to go, it's obvious and still is true. There's a string tied around my pinky ring and I don't know who it is to. But I like what I'm feeling with you. Girl, I can't lie, wanna see what it do. Baby, I'm loving the way that you look at the kid when you heat it and get in the mood. Call me whatever, I'm fucking with you. More than addicted, I'm going to the moon. And I've been high and seek and still I can't get loose. Won't let me leave, keep trying to pull me back to you. Girl, you got me going and I can't stand to play the fool. You got me breaking all the rules because I'd rather be with you. And I've been high and seek and still I can't get loose. Won't let me leave, keep trying to pull me back to you. Girl, you got me going and I can't stand to play the fool. You got me breaking all the rules because I'd rather be with you.
Boy, let's be honest. Told you from the jump that you can't buy this. You'll get addicted if I let you bite it. Ooh. Now I'm at your place, screaming out your name. Baby, that string around your pinky is for me. Can't forget it, I'm willing to come and jog your memory. Riding, diving, going deep. You can run, but you can't hide, cause I'm about to see.
And I've been high and seek, still I can't get loose. Won't let me leave, keep trying to pull me back to you. Girl, you got me going and I can't stand to play the fool. You got me breaking all the rules because I'd rather be with you. And I've been high and seek and still I can't get loose. Won't let me leave, keep trying to pull me back to you. Girl, you got me going and I can't stand to play the fool. You got me breaking all the rules because I'd rather be with you.
Situation concerning two guys. Each one offers me something I need inside. It's like I'm fighting morning, noon, and night, trying to find my Mr. Right. How can I decide? Tell me, which one should I choose? Which one will I lose? Don't wanna be your fool, cause I'm really about to lose my cool. Which one should I choose? Which one will I lose? Don't wanna be your fool, cause I'm really about to lose my cool. Should I pick a nice guy? He tells me I'm beautiful, makes me feel special, knows how to make me smile. But how can I know for sure if he's the right one for me? I don't wanna be in denial. He's always real good to me, he cares about his family, so why do nice guys finish last? I'm fighting myself, I don't know what to do. It's like tug of war, I'm going back and forth. Give me a sign, trying to make up my mind, I'm running out of time. So tell me, which one should I choose? Which one will I lose? Don't wanna be your fool, cause I'm really about to lose my cool. Which one should I choose? Which one will I lose? Don't wanna be your fool, cause I'm really about to lose my cool. Should I pick the bad boy? There's something about him that makes me feel excited when he comes around. A roughneck this, never on time, and he's full of lies, but he's sweet to me. He supplies my physical needs when he drops to his knees, making sweet love to me. I'm second guessing, really stressing, wanna make the right decision. Make the good man, strong, kind, the perfect balance, a man of his word, straightforward and wise, a wrist and a guy. How can I decide? Which one should I choose? Which one will I lose? Don't wanna be a fool, 'cause I'm really about to lose my cool. Which one should I choose? Which one will I lose? Don't wanna be a fool, 'cause I'm really about to lose my cool. Which one should I choose? Which one will I lose? Don't wanna be a fool, 'cause I'm really
Said I can't put my finger on it, it's just something about a swag. So they got a little bubble sitting with the hourglass. Hang it out the bar, on my bed. Said I can't put my finger on it, there's just something about a swag. So they got a little bubble slimmed up the hourglass, tryna knock it out the park. On my bed, we can get into it slower. Let me flex to get the gab. Baby girl, you so astounding, your essence I never had. We can make a different flavor if you let me handle that. Put it in a flick, rub your body down with heated oils. I'm a pro at this. Tryna hit you with that, where you going? Ain't no running shit. Ain't no running shit. Ain't no running shit. Hit her with that, where you going? Ain't no running shit. Ain't no running shit. Ain't no running shit. Hit her with that, where you going? Ain't no running shit. Ain't no running shit. Ain't no running shit. Hit her with that, where you going? Ain't no running shit. Ain't no running shit. Ain't no running shit. Hit her with that, where you going?
You've been talking that shit, but now that it's time, don't run from me. Yeah, you heard what I said. Don't be late either, there's a meeting in my bed. And I'll be there waiting, ready to fulfill all your fantasies. Please, don't be timid, baby. No fears, come and talk to me. And tell me all the things that you like. All the nasty shit you been dying to try. You've been playing and I don't know why. Know that you a freak, why you acting all shy? Classy yet nasty, not to mention I'm fly. Pussy like drugs, you should let me get you high. Man, if you give me a chance, have you falling off the bed, trying to run from this head. I promise.
Ain't no running shit. Ain't no running shit. Hit her with that, where you going? Ain't no running shit. Ain't no running shit. Ain't no running shit. Hit her with that, where you going? Ain't no running shit. Ain't no running shit. Ain't no running shit. Hit her with that, where you going? Ain't no running shit. Ain't no running shit. Ain't no running shit. Hit her with that, where you going?
No matter where you are in this bigger world, dance like you used to do when you
Hey everybody!
Hello. Oh, I can look at the camera.
Hey
Brown boys.
Thanks for joining.
Thanks for joining in once again.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so today I will be hosting the book club. Again, if you don't remember me, my name is Jasmine. The book that we are doing today is KeKe Palmer's Master of Me. I really enjoyed. Very motivational. I enjoyed the affirmations, things like that. It was a different read from what we have read so far. I will say that I know it was supposed to be like a memoir. It wasn't really much of a memoir or a biography. It was more just like I said, it's more about like affirmations and just some, different things about, how she navigated through the things that she went through in her life. So I enjoyed it, even though it wasn't quite on topic like I thought it was going to be, but I love KeKe Palmer, so she always gives me a little tickle.
I love KeKe.
How y'all felt about the book?
I really thought it was very like in the mind of Virgo.
Okay, yeah, it was.
It's like,
she mentioned the Virgo shit.
Yeah.
I'm an Aries, so I had to get into the mind of a Virgo.
Right.
So it was like, it's like y'all don't understand like the fact that it was like 30 chapters. But like each chapter was like 2 to 3 minutes. It was like, y'all don't really know how much we process. And in the process, like, I felt like it was all over the place to a degree, but I felt like it was organized chaos in a sense of how it was written. Because it was, to me, it was just like, okay, you just put all of your thoughts on everything that you could possibly think of that related to you and your experience and put it in a book. Like, if I was to try to explain stuff, I think that this is exactly how it would come out. Like, motivation.
I think it just basically showed her growth throughout her life. Like with her being a child star and now being an adult star with a child, and how she, what she had to go through to get to that point. And not even necessarily what she had to go through, because I don't feel like she went into detail in that perspective. I think she just basically like I said, the affirmations and the, like how, like, if when these things happen, what I did, stuff like that. It wasn't like detail. I don't feel like, as far as like how her life went, like about what her life was, like a memoir or a biography usually is.
I think it's more so like Virgos will tell you everything, but we don't really tell you nothing.
Right.
I mean, that's just how it's like. So
that is true.
Yeah, because she really didn't go into the Darian situation
the
way that we kind of thought.
You'll never know that. I don't think anybody will ever know that, but the people that is closest to her.
I just like how very transparent she was, not only talking about her lifestyle and her upbringing, but like the industry, how her mom was her biggest critic,
right? And
even though she felt like she had it, her mom was like, so the director didn't give you any pointers,
right?
Like, don't get the big head. And sometimes you need that humbling experience, not only from your peers, but especially for your parents. So I thought I enjoyed the book because the book for me was very self-motivating, and it made me think about my current situation. Are you content, or do you want to keep pushing yourself? What is motivating you?
Right.
What is your goals? What is your really true destiny? And I think this book gave me a lot of clarity on my life personally.
See, I kind of agree with Jasmine here. Like, the book just was across the genres. Like, it was like a little bit, started off with a little bit of biography, right? And then I feel like it shifted into kind of self-help, how to overcome trauma.
Right.
and then she kind of went back into like some biography stuff and gave us a little bit of detail of some things she went through more current in current times. But then at the end of the book, I felt like she pivoted again and was kind of giving career advice, how to change your career.
Right.
She definitely did.
There were parts of the book that I really enjoyed and I felt like were broadly could apply to people, but toward the end of the book, she lost me. Like I was like, we totally somewhere else.
Yeah, for sure.
Where she's talking about, I was on board when she talked about herself personally, like, and others in her circle, how they had a talent, but how to make sure that you have basically multiple revenue streams.
Right.
Like everyone can relate to that. But then I feel like heavy at the end of the book, she started talking about like influencing and all of these things. And I didn't necessarily feel like that was pertinent to me or to probably a lot of readers, because she spoke about it broadly, but it's really not a fair comparison, because you had already achieved a certain level of fame. And even some of the other celebrities that she referenced, how they made that pivot, they already had a following. They already had a fan base. So I honestly didn't like some of the advice that she was giving at the very end of the book, because I felt like she was broadly applying it to everyone. Don't tell people to leave their job. Don't tell people to leave their job. So it was things that she said that I felt like were helpful, were, change the way you think of your day job, right? As a training ground for you to learn from that. But then I feel like she shifted and said, like, if you don't find joy in what you're doing, stop. Girl, people need to make money.
Yeah, you can't just leave your job.
Don't just leave your job.
So as much as I would love to leave my honey, I need my little check. So I'm trying to wait till I find something else before I jump into something else. So I definitely agree with that. I don't think anybody should just quit their job unless you have something set, like like this is going to make me a check. You know what I'm saying?
But I feel like
unless you can make it that way. If you can make it that way, if you can quit your job and you don't have to worry about paying bills, and you don't think that, that's going to be an issue for you, by all means, go for it.
I think also too, and I kind of agree with you guys say, but I also do feel like when you leave your job, it's also taking a step out on faith.
Yes, it is.
And it is taking a leap. And you may not know where your destination is or your destiny is, but I think she was just saying, hey, if you're not happy, quit that job. Find your true happiness.
Yeah.
But that's what I took. But I do agree with y'all.
But I think also it might be generational differences.
Yeah.
Y'all don't have to forgive me. I'm a Gen X. Generational differences. Because at least in how I was raised by baby boomers, your joy and your passion, she's a millennial. Your joy and your passion doesn't necessarily have to be your work, right? So it's wonderful if you can have both. If you can be fulfilled in your passions in what you do. But a job is a job to pay your bills, because you can have a passion all day, you can't pay your bills.
Exactly.
So, but I also think that's a generational difference. So you're right. Stepping out on faith is absolutely what we should do. And I think we can take that from the younger generation, the Gen Zs, like joy. Like, don't live just to work. Don't live just for a paycheck. Live to find joy. But you can also find joy in hobbies and how you volunteer, give back to your community. That doesn't necessarily have to be in what you do professionally.
Right.
So, but I think that kind of perspective probably on a job for pay to sustain yourself versus a job for personal fulfillment, I think is probably widely varies across generations.
Yeah. We're going to get a little bit deeper into the book. We're just going to go ahead and get into our sponsors first.
Oh,
that's not what it says on here, but okay, we're going to go ahead and get into the game. Let's get to the game.
I'm not going to remind things.
I'm sorry.
Can I change your mind?
Oh man, I got one point already. And that's because you didn't get some play one time.
Okay. I got to come here a little bit.
Oh Lord, I didn't never ask you. I don't think you want to lead him wrong. And I think if you was from Brooklyn, you would already have been rapping that.
Okay, I'm going to
I don't know. I really don't be knowing the difference. I'm there. Yeah, that's here. Go for it. Everybody else.
to hear the good news first. I think all of us.
I like to hear the good.
4, 2.
Out of 5, do you wanna hear the news?
I can't remember how I answered that question, but sometimes I would rather hear the bad news.
Right now, I'm gonna
say 2.
I say 4.
Zero. I was closest because I want the bad news first because then you hear the good news and the bad news isn't as bad. Yeah, that's how I was like. I feel like I want to hear the good news. I mean the bad news first. Nobody got the last question right.
Shane, you got 20.
The question before that we all got right. The question before that we all got right.
Jasmine, you got 10 because the question was.
Oh yeah, the first one was about me. Yeah.
We don't get points for our own question.
I guess not.
But I mean, obviously we got the last one wrong.
She didn't answer.
I didn't have the answer. I knew the answer. What am I answering for? I know the answer. I didn't want to answer because then everybody else is going to know the answer.
You could give everybody a free point.
Yeah, you could have
No.
People don't know how to be team players.
Absolutely not.
Like, that could have been a freebie for all. Like,
No, ma'am.
Well, obviously, if y'all have something to tell us the bad news.
Yeah, I would much rather know the bad news
so
first.
we're gonna have to amputate your both legs,
Right.
But the good news is,
the good news,
you get to keep your reproductive.
right?
you get to live.
But you'll still have a happy, healthy life.
You can still have children.
You can still have children.
So how am I gonna feed it? How am I gonna walk it? How am I gonna chase it?
Listen,
we have a new innovation of technology. You can move with your chin.
Don't do that.
Whoa, that's the new dance. That's the new dance.
Hey, move to the left. Come back here, Johnny. We don't Lord, stop.
I cannot.
Where's the wood? Because I don't need that to be me. Excuse me.
We don't have any.
I don't even know where we are.
Me neither. I'm not 100% sure, but I do have some questions for you guys about the book just to see. And these are just like really light, little fun things. So like, what was something that she said in the book or your favorite part in the book that kind of made you smile? Like, was there anything in particular that you really liked?
Jazz was ready with hers.
So it was this part when she talks about the entrepreneurship, because it was so quick and it was in the beginning, I wanted to play it.
Mm-hmm.
But let me go to it. I think, was it Big Boss? Yeah, I think Purpose. Oh, for my entrepreneur daddies. There we go.
For my entrepreneur daddies. Quick intermission for all you listening to this book and all of you looking to level up. Listen, you know you can become an asset to any business you collaborate with if you are ambitious. If you know the difference between an LLC and a corporation. If your stock portfolio is spread through international markets. If you ain't got no car note because your car paid off. If you know to lease a car instead of buying it. If you need a business manager because you actually have business to manage. If you know to invest your money in real estate. If your real estate isn't even in your name, but a trustee's. If you only spend money to make money. If the IRS can hit your pockets for 6 or 7 figures. If you got a house anywhere in Texas because, well, You know.
I don't find that like that.
My sister has two.
And get to your money. If you pray for your haters, if you pray for your family, if you pray over your dreams, if you are a leader, if you are a believer, if you, in the words of Beyonce, can upgrade a motherfucker, baby, if you can or do any or all of these things, you are an asset. It's not giving liability. It's giving I'm the asset who got assets with the assets, okay? It's giving wordplay. It's giving double entendre. This one is for my entrepreneurial baddies who want to shake shit up.
I love that. I said, God, I want to put that on a t-shirt. That'll be fun.
That'd be a lot. Nobody's going to read that, by the way, but
and back.
Yeah.
But I felt like that was, if I wanted to create a post, that would be the post. I don't know. Like, I need to find something that can transcribe it so I don't have to type it.
Yeah.
And then I just copy and paste it.
Yeah.
But I love that because it was just it was giving, like, life. And I'm like, yeah. That made me smile. That made me giggle a little bit when I was listening to it. And I was like, okay, that's okay. I might not have this, that, and that, but I have that.
Right. I have some of those things.
I have some of those things. Yes. But I loved it because it was just like more so like because like even before we went to the game or whatever, we were talking about, you know, her perspective. I believe, like, I understand she's younger. And I understand that there was a reason I felt that way too at one time. And I felt like, because my journey, I quit my job. I pretty much started a lot of things with only $15 in my account because I'm like, you know what? Money doesn't mean resources.
Sorry.
I was talking. But I felt like, for me, like, I did feel that way because that was my journey. My journey was F these jobs, F this, because every time I'm in here, I'm doing this, that, and the other, and then other people are doing this, and then it just like, I just feel like every job I had, my personality was a lot for a lot of people. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, it made me either feel like I had to suppress who I was, mm-hmm. or try to navigate, and it just became really stressful. So I was like, you know what? If I'm able to do all of this for me, because she did talk about business, like you are your business. Mm-hmm. Like, businessman, no, I am the business man. Yeah. You know? Yeah. And so I was like, you know, that was my journey. So when she was talking to me, I didn't even think about everyone else's perspective. Right? I thought, oh yeah, this is for me, you know, this is the part. But I say all of that to say is that when I had started the business and I was trying to get people on board to do the business, I was like, yeah, quit your job. And I realized not everybody can do what I did, because a lot of people don't want to struggle. No, people don't want to leave the comforts that they have in order to do the business, because yes, being comfortable, I'm not going to lie, you know, the fifth, you gonna be able to pay your bills. Why would I jeopardize my bills getting paid? But for me, it was more so like, no, the bills are gonna get paid. God has provided me to be able to pay my bills. He's gonna continue to provide. I don't have this lack mindset, and I'm not gonna sit here and do this and do that, or not to do this and do that to do that. So when I started realizing, because I had partners and people coming on that had quit their jobs, but I'm seeing them still doing the same things. I'm like, I don't do you know you ain't about to make money? Like, what is you doing? I realized not everybody has the capability of doing that, and you do need workers. You do need employees for a business. So then my mindset shift, because I'm around these types of people. So like when we're looking at her and maybe, you know, her life, she's basically probably have just been around certain types of people. And even in her family, yes, her mom and her dad were working, but because of your success, you were able to, your success was kind of, I don't want to say coveted. Is that well,
she was pillowed because she had parents and that were able to make sure that she could do the things that she's doing. Yeah. So she didn't really have to worry about that until, and now she's like, okay, well, yeah, she's the moneymaker now, but she's the moneymaker now. Mm-hmm. She wasn't always the moneymaker. Like her parents had to create basically a pillow for her to make sure that she can, fulfill her dreams. And like you said, not everybody is willing to be uncomfortable, and not, be like, oh, okay, well, I may be able to pay that bill next month. I might not. Well, we gonna see what happens. Yeah. Not everybody is able to, or is not able, but is willing to live like that. It is a very uncomfortable feeling, especially if you have been broke before, which I have. I would love to quit my job, but I have, like, when I say I've been broke, I've been broke. I can't even pronounce the rest of the letter. Okay, I mean, they had no money. Okay, so like no car, no nothing. So like for me, it's a little bit more difficult to just be like, fuck that up. You know what I'm saying? As much as I would love to. Even though I have things that I know would be fine, I'm just not ready. I ain't there yet. So I don't think that it's fair to say, hey, if you're not happy, quit your job. You, like she said, like it's not feasible for everyone. But it is feasible for some people. So if you are comfortable with that, if you feel like in this moment, like I could just get up and say, fuck them people at my job, sure. Do it.
I feel like
100%.
And I hope that maybe she said it. We can just, everything's open for interpretation. But I would have hoped that the way that I took it, or maybe she was saying it, was if you're unhappy somewhere, you don't have to stay there.
Absolutely.
Like there's other jobs, there's other opportunities. Go somewhere where you feel valued and appreciated. Just because you're like, okay, well, this job is this, that, and the other, and blah, blah, don't mean you should stay there. Like, I've known people that wanted to go into a certain field, went and got the education, did all of those things, but they didn't go and, like, let's say, take a pay cut for like 6 months in order to be able to go into this job with the experience. And now they find that they can't even go into the job that they really wanted, even though they paid for school and did all of those things because of the comfort. So like, I think how I took it is the comfort, you can confine yourself in comfort. You can confine yourself in just looking financially at something instead of actually, and I think we're in this new age where mental health is on, like, it's like, that's a vitamin you must eat. Like, you have to be more conscious of your mental health because you're not good to yourself. You're not good to people around you. You can't even be the best person for anyone if you're not first being the best person to yourself. And I know a lot of people, like, and because you are Gen X, right? And baby boomers, they just kind of believe that you're supposed to work that 40, 60-hour week, be tired, come home, not really have a semblance of a life to a degree. Not all, but I'm saying like some, that they just feel like they have to work to the bone, where our generations or the generations after are like, I done had 20 jobs before 27. Like they're ready. They're like, I don't like this. I don't like this micromanagement. I don't like this. I don't like that. They're really more, freely leaving situations because they're like, I'm as well.
I would say, so my favorite part is probably like two parts of where she was sharing basically like lessons she's learned from Gen X's, those who've come before her. The first one was from Queen Latifah, like being coachable, like understanding, like she talked about how she accepted less than what she would typically want to be paid for the job with Queen, but she was learning new skills. She was learning new skills. And I find a lot of times, again, generalizing, younger generations just feel like life and progression looks like this. But no, sometimes it could look like this. It could zig and zag. And so being willing to be open and be coachable to learn something. So that mentorship, it, like you said, if you're in a place where you're like, you know what, I'm going to accept less because what I'm going to gain from this experience is more valuable and will set me up for success later, right? Because she got those producer credits and then she got to go on, and then the next job she got paid more. So sometimes you got to see your life as that, like, I guess more horizontal than necessarily up. And then the other conversation was the one that she had with Tyler Perry. When it's about challenging your own perspectives. And as Des just talked about with generational, I was raised by baby boomers. You work hard, you get an education, you stay at that job that got good benefits forever. But even challenging that. So he talked about his father being a contractor and working on a house. And he asked, well, like, if the man that you doing the contracting work for is selling the house for X month, like, you know how to do the work. Why don't you just fix up the house and sell it yourself? And like Tyler didn't limit himself by the limitations of his parents. So those who came before him. So I think that's be coachable, be willing to learn for less. But then why not you? Why not you? So after you've skilled up, like she said in the book, which I love, look at the jobs that you have as learning grounds.
Right.
Like, don't look at it as like what you're giving to your employer. What are you gaining that you can take forward to make yourself more valuable? And then challenge that perspective. Challenge that perspective and say, I could do more. I can fix the house up, sell the house, flip another house. Don't just be the contractor.
And just to kind of piggyback off what you said, the Tyler Perry's conversation that she had when he was saying he had did all these plays and they were just shutting them down, and he was just like, no, instead of doing one, I need to do 20 episodes. And then that's when, like, I guess like a break happened with, you know, they're not filming, nobody's really filming, and they calling around like, do you have this? Do you have this? And he was already prepared. So I feel like he was basically saying, like, stay ready so you don't have to get ready.
Absolutely.
That's
That's always been one of my favorite phrases. Like, stay ready so you ain't got to get ready. For sure.
His episodes took off.
Right.
And when no one was telling him no, so you're going to hear a lot of no's going in life, especially in your careers.
Right.
You know, me personally, just bouncing back and forth from career to career, heard a lot of no's. Heard even from a current boss that I wasn't going to get paid what I was going to get paid. And I did.
Okay.
Because I didn't let that limit me. You know, I may not have a degree, but I didn't let it limit me.
Right.
So coming back, you know, now guess what? You gotta pay me. You gotta pay me. It's just simple as that. So I mean, and I stayed ready. Every job I learned something for it, and I made myself better.
Right.
And I didn't say I tried to be cocky with it, but I acknowledged myself. I kept myself in the knowledge of the career that I was going in. Then the other thing that I had to make some notes on myself. When she talked about embracing self-mastery, that one stuck out to me because it's basically saying, like, be a go-getter. Don't let, you know, of course, like you're saying, be coachable. Take heed what other people are saying. Some people can't take criticism, especially in our culture. Like, it's hard for someone of our own kind to come to you and say, hey, Desiree, next time maybe speak like this, or, you know.
Hey, why are you coming to me? There's 3 other people over here.
Right. You're beside me.
She beside you too.
You know, hey,
I'm all about mentorship.
Yeah, me too.
So, yes.
I'm just kidding.
I think she had very pivotal points in the book that really stood out for me. And like I said, this book was very inspiring to me.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't want to be in a comfortable situation anymore. I want to figure out my true talent. I feel like there's something that I can give the world. And I'm really trying to embrace that right now.
Right.
And that book actually, like I told you before we got on, like, I'm traveling, I'm going to be reading that book constantly. Like, just like as a friendly reminder of things I can do to motivate myself and keep myself going. I don't want to be comfortable anymore.
Right.
I don't want to be.
She definitely did that.
Yeah.
Because I was like, what could I be doing?
Right.
What am I
looking around like,
I think just to shift gears a little bit, the thing that made me smile when I was reading it was when the chapters where she was talking about her son, Leo, because she was just so excited about it. You know what I'm saying? And she, like, everything that she said about him, she was just so excited. And the part where she talked about where she went on SNL with him, right? Like he was there. I mean, essentially he was there, but I just remember like moments like that, like doing stuff like that, like, oh my gosh, you know, I did this with my baby, but like my baby wasn't there. I was just pregnant, even though it was just 21 years ago. Those are things that she's gonna always remember. So even if he doesn't. So I think that was a really cute moment for me about the book that I liked. I just enjoyed hearing her talk about her son because she just was so happy about him. And it was a shock to everybody else because nobody was ever thinking like, KeKe having a baby? Like what is that? So I thought that was really cool. That I liked that part about the book. That was something that I really enjoyed. So moving forward, just another question. If y'all could have dinner with anybody that she talked about in the book, Who would it be and why?
Is
Tyler.
it one person or two?
One person.
Tyler
One
Perry.
person.
That's me, Tyler Perry.
Latifah Perry.
Latifah Perry, you gonna do both?
If they get married, they'll combine.
Okay, why Tyler Perry?
Just again, like challenging, like again, the coachability, like just in that little segment, like he shared so much in him about, you know, what he came from, his just like, what is it, tenacity and driving forward and the vision when someone else couldn't see it, and just how to challenge, because we all have blind spots. So I just feel like in a quick conversation with him, I think kind of those overall, obviously I'm not in film and production, but just that like perspective shifting. Like I feel like I would learn so much from him.
Right.
In that conversation.
I would say Queen Latifah, because she was being a coach to her. And I wouldn't mind sitting down and having dinner with her and her coaching me on things, because I've probably said this to y'all a couple times. This is my listening year. So I want to listen and be more mindful of things that I can do to be a better person, a better version of myself. Because when I leave a legacy, I want them to say, oh, my mom did this, my mom did that.
Right.
You know, not saying to glorify me, but I achieved these many things by accomplishing these hurdles in life. But Queen Latifah definitely, I mean, I wouldn't mind having brunch with Tyler Perry.
Right.
Queen Latifah, we could definitely sit down and have a good conversation.
Yeah, definitely.
Because I think she's one of those legends in the game, had to encounter a lot. First being a Black woman, being, you know, a bigger size Black woman. You know, they look for a certain size in that film industry. And I think she overcome a lot of hurdles. So definitely.
Desiree?
Well, because y'all said both of the people that I actually want to meet, I will go ahead and add in Jordan Peele.
That's what
because when she was speaking about, you know, the experience on being on set and how he created this environment where, you know, people want to continue to work with him, and he creates these things in these movies, and it's different, like, you know. And I know that even Jason, what's his name? KeKe, what's his name? That just came out with Sinners. I know that he wasn't mentioned in the book, but I feel like they probably have like the same energy as far as creating their own lanes and their own genres in film. And like I like being around, like, even I'm not going to say like, because I'm not like saying anything really, but like, I'm not saying that Tyler Perry didn't create his own lane, but one thing I did like that Tyler Perry said, and this is off the book, and this is something that he said, was that know your lane, right? And I think that a lot of people don't know their lane, and it's like you have to find your lane, but once you find it and you stay in it and you do the best that you can in that lane, driving defensively or whatever the case may be, that's where you thrive. And so I would definitely like to meet Jordan, or you said lunch, dinner? What is this? Dinner. Okay, yes. I would definitely like to sit and eat with Jordan Peele.
Yeah, Jordan Peele is definitely mine. Just because I think that he's funny as hell. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a big like celebrity person. So it really isn't many people that I would actually want to sit down and eat with. Honestly, I'm just not that person, but I like funny people. I think he's freaking hilarious. The Key and Peele show I loved. And I did enjoy Nope. I don't know if y'all watched that movie with him and not with him, but KeKe Palmer was in it, and the guy from Get Out. I really, really like that movie. So just to KeKe with him, I think I would just, you know, I would enjoy that. Nope, no pun intended.
But I think I kind of off the question, but because both you and Des mentioned Jordan, like that's another lesson for all of us. When Jordan had the success with Get Out, she reached out to him and congratulated him. Sometimes our people, we tear one another down. But
or just act like that they didn't do what they did.
She took the time to reach out to Jordan and congratulate him, and said in that quick note, right? I hope that we could work together in the future, and that might. And
he made it happen. I'm sure it was.
And one last person that none of us shouted out, because she didn't really talk about necessarily a full conversation with him, but it's Columbia local Sergio Hudson, that how he spoke life into her, right? And told her that she belongs there in the Met Gala and to be highlighted the way that she did, and set her up. And even when the third year, when Sergio wasn't participating, that he was still there to support her with Mark Jacobs. So that's another lesson about how we can elevate one another.
Just being able to be there to support each other.
Shout out to Sergio.
For sure.
And we did get an interview with him last year when he came, and he did speak to the testament of like, because when she was saying, I'm like, okay, that sounds exactly like the things that he was saying in the interview, where he talked about how he creates his clothing for Black women. No, he specifically said for Black women, for the curves, the body, the features. It's like, we have so many, like when we look at European-centric clothes and how they fit us, most of the time it might fit our thighs, but it don't fit our backside. And then you have, what the heck? Then you have, the waist part that might not fit because we might have a little snatch. We have more to work with, but the clothes that are European-centric don't really accentuate the beauty of us. But then you have African clothing that a lot of people, not everybody's going around wearing dashiki and all that other stuff, but now you have something that's like meshed in between, right? You have the everyday style, glam, business casual look, elegant look, and in the, I don't want to say like the European-centric way, but it's more flattering for us to wear, in the colors. Like his color palette is phenomenal, right? Phenomenal. So I did like how, because I don't know him, but from her speaking to him, I did think that was like a very powerful moment, because you have a Black man coming in and lifting a fellow Black woman, and that's the community, right? And that's the sense of community that I feel like a lot of us are missing, is that we don't have that Black male figure to lift us to the heights to say, hey, baby, I don't have to be here this year, because guess what? I've done a lot of this to help you get further, because if you get further, I get further, right? Because I can say, hey, I styled KeKe for the first 2 Met Galas, and then maybe 5 years down the line, I'm styling her again, and her profile has reached the height that it wasn't at these times. But I'm here with you, and you're here with me, and we're doing that. And I think that is a testament that I believe that examples should, people should just kind of like, when we look at all these podcasts and all this stuff, and they're talking about this and they're talking about that, I believe, I'm gonna shut up because I have a whole thing.
Let's celebrate one another. Right. We definitely need to make sure that we celebrate each other. And on that note, we're gonna go ahead and shout out our sponsors. Yay, sponsors! This production was made possible by the collaboration of our amazing team, sponsors, and community supporters. We couldn't do this without you.
Thank you to our sponsors.
Thank you to our sponsors. Shout out to y'all. If you would like to be sponsored, please reach out. I don't know. Do y'all have any like closing notes? Anything like that? Anything else that you might have wanted to bring up about the book that stuck out to you?
I think at the end of everything, like, I know I brought up generations, but like the theme that was consistent through it, like your life lessons, your trauma, your experiences, they all add up to you. Be unapologetic about your choices, like what defines you, who you are, how you move forward. We always can shift our story. Just what you do today does not mean what you have to do next year or 2 months from now. Like, own who you are and show up unapologetically.
I think for me, because again, she was talking about like affirmations and things like that. One of the affirmations that I did like, and I'm sure everybody has heard this before, but I am enough. So just make sure that you are telling yourself that. I know that a lot of people don't tell themselves that at all, or don't tell themselves that enough. So just make sure that you are telling yourself that you are enough. If you woke up and got dressed and you did the best that you could do for that day, you need to tell yourself that you are enough, and that was enough for that day, and that is okay. You could try again tomorrow and try to see if you can get a little bit further next time. Maybe next time you'll walk outside. You know what I'm saying? But baby steps, but it's okay. Like, you know, everybody has their path, everybody has their way. And you're going to get to, you know, you're going to get to your destination in your own time. So just know that you are enough no matter what stage in life you are in.
I think one of the quotes she said was, "You're not on anyone else's timeline, only on your own." And that right there, like I said, thank you again for the book. That right there just stuck out to me because sometimes we get stuck on people's timeline.
Yeah.
And we don't realize like we're giving all our time to them. Well, we need to be giving our time to ourselves and figuring out our true destiny and our true journey in life. And so I feel like the book, when it wraps up, it just spoke highly to me that, you know, basically what I just said, you're not on anyone else's timeline, only on your own. And I like my timeline.
That's right.
Look, we don't want to go into no multiverse, okay? Right. But if I can find where I'm the queen of the universe, I will be on that.
Right. For sure. I think if we could all find that timeline, we would definitely pick those.
Wait, hey, Black Mirror. Y'all seen the new episodes of Black Mirror?
No, I've never watched it.
But I think for me, my closing remarks, I think would be the fact that, you know, in going back into Jordan and the atmosphere that he created and a lot of the things that she said about her team and how she created this partnership with Sergio and how the people around her, you know, like they wanted certain things, but she had to show that, no, this is for me. And again, going back to the timelines and all that, it still goes to, you wouldn't be who you are now if you did not have people supporting you or people helping you on this journey and helping you get to where you want to go. So I want to take this time to thank you lovely ladies. Shemay, she's not here, but I would love to take this opportunity to thank them because, you know, and even our intern, we're growing, is that literally thank you because he's doing a great job.
Amazing.
Producing this. I mean, you know, I'm not going to say I was a little worried because he just was like, I'm doing this. I said, you know what? I'm gonna let you do it, you know. But I do want to say thank you because, you know, in the midst of me and my dream of getting this somewhere and the steps and actions and all the things that are happening and how we're moving forward, I wouldn't be able to do this without them. I wouldn't be able to be here to sit here and have a conversation by myself. I mean, I could have. But y'all would be disturbed.
Definitely had the conversation by yourself.
That's that Virgo energy. Y'all be all over the place.
Yeah, y'all sure. Like, what's she talking about now? 2 minutes, 20 minutes later.
Right.
She's talking about mac and cheese. What is mac and cheese?
Whole nother topic.
For
sure.
You know, but so I did want to say that again, you know, it takes powerful people. You know, again, you are who you surround yourself with. You and yourself and your energy attracts the energy that you want. And again, that's reflected in the people that you are associated with and who you hang out with. So I do again want to say thank you. And I'm doing this to butter them up because I'm about to put them to work. But
also, like Shani said, be coachable.
Be coachable.
Be coachable. We're in a world now where you gotta listen to what other people are saying. Don't take it to heart. Just do better and be a better version of you each day. Like you just said, Jasmine, sometimes just waking up. That's enough.
That's enough that day. You enough.
You enough.
The pastor brought the message of just you getting up in the morning. That's enough. You getting to work. That's enough. Like don't try to do more than what you can. I mean, I'm saying push yourself, but
for sure.
You know, if you suffer
just try a little more each day.
A little more each day. Your pace, not somebody else's pace.
Your timeline.
Yes. Absolutely.
So the book was very, very encouraging.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I'm excited to know what the next book is going to be and who is going to pick the next book. We're going to spin the wheel and find out who that is.
Oh, boy, we're spinning the wheel, y'all.
All right, so...
All right, who's picking the book? Or is this the genre? Okay, what's the genre? Reverse the genre. I can't even see all this. Those are question marks. Yeah,
I did. I changed it up.
Oh!
Turn off the lights.
I'm glad it ain't gonna be me. It has to be one of them because they're the only ones that haven't picked the book. So
clutch my pearl.
Let's spin the wheel to see who is picking the book.
If it's me, it's Fly Girl.
Let's bring it back. Let's bring it
Spice this up a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
I haven't either.
And if it lands on anybody that's already done it, we spin it again.
Yes, for sure.
No.
No.
I ain't picking.
No, ma'am.
I'm picking.
No, ma'am. I thought she did pick the book. She picked the book. Yes, she did. She picked the first book.
Yeah, but it was on. It didn't pick her to pick the book.
Yes, it did.
I thought it was. Did it?
We spun the wheel.
Oh, okay, spin the wheel again.
Yes.
Sorry. I was going.
Y'all didn't want my erotica.
It's not that we don't want it.
Y'all didn't want mine.
It's not that we don't want it. It's just that you've already picked.
The only one I would rather.
Desiree.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm actually trying to find something. My girl almost ruined my life. I wanted to be
I don't know.
girl.
I haven't read much of this genre except for the
Me either.
the what is the shades?
The 50
Oh, the 50 Shades of Grey. Yeah, I read that
and
too.
I read
That was
that
good.
by other people recommending it to me, and I
That's
didn't know
good.
what it was, and I was like, "Holy smokes!"
Right.
So
It's a little spicy.
Desiree is the right one for this content.
Yeah.
I don't read those type of books anymore. God, Jesus. Lord,
Anymore.
But my see, hold up. Let me say this because I'm putting Shirley Michelle Artemis on blast.
Oh,
my mama
gosh.
gave me these books.
Man,
Mama,
Yeah,
mama,
so
you gave me the
I was reading
Is-
them.
Okay. So erotica, like, what kind of questions we gonna have to answer? What kind of questions we gonna have to answer about this book? These books?
I think that we should get the audience to,
Lord.
once because Wednesday, I'm gonna decide by Wednesday. I'm gonna post Wednesday on the book,
Yeah.
and then once that happens, then we can get you guys to come in and answer questions or give us questions.
All right, give us the questions that you would like each of us to
Mhm.
answer,
Mm.
because I don't want to leave it to Desiree.
I'm
what would you like us to answer?
I like my questions.
Is there like
every sentence?
So wait a second. Wait a second. Is Desiree
We don't
the
have
only
to be-
person that read the book?
What book?
Oh, you haven't read it.
She hasn't picked the book.
I haven't picked the book
She
yet.
hasn't picked
Oh,
it.
you
Oh,
just
she
made
said-
that up.
No, Fly Girl.
No, Fly Girl is a book.
Like Omar
It's like-
Fry.
No,
From
I
back in
never
the
read
day.
it.
That's
old.
We ain't reading that.
Omar.
Pick a grown up. Pick a
He's a grown up.
Pick a grown up.
That's a
I haven't
book
read that
from
in
back
a
in
long
the
time.
day.
I want it
Oh,
to be fresh for all of
So
us.
when we do erotic noir or whatever, are we wanting to stay in within the Black realm, or are we open to whatever books? Like, are we gonna
Pick whatever book you want to pick.
erotic noir? But it didn't say. Okay, well, okay, cool, all right. I'll just ask.
I'm
you
down
know,
with whatever.
I can get thug loving or corporates.
Eric, was it Eric Jerome?
I don't know anything about
He's
this.
a-
Me
I'll be
either.
surprised.
Oh,
He made
I'll be
good,
surprised.
erotic
okay.
books,
Well,
yeah.
we gonna talk
Yeah.
about it.
Matter of fact, do y'all have some suggestions for this genre?
Yes, if you end up having, if you're watching this and you have any suggestions as to, or even if you inbox us and just inbox us like any suggestions about books, maybe give Desiree. Well, do you need help?
I mean, I always need help. I mean,
Yeah, you got this.
I'm about to say because it depends on what type of help, medical help, mental help.
Help picking a book, girl.
Oh, okay, yeah.
We know you need all the above.
Like what?
She
We
definitely
know
all
you
the
need
above.
that kind of help.
Y'all can drop suggestions on all
Right.
the above for her.
Anyways, but if you guys have any ideas or anything that you may have recently read, maybe we can pick something, or maybe she can pick something that you guys inbox us. We'll see how that goes. But I'm excited to see because I've never actually. I don't think I've really read any
I'm gonna
like
have to read this
erotic
in my
books.
head.
Are we
Like that. Except for, like-
was something like a theme for this erotica
Oh,
thing?
yeah, I
like
mean,
the
we
questions
can-
are
we
going to
can
be
do-
erotica. The game.
Of course, I guess they have to be.
Y'all want to do like pajamas or something?
Oh my gosh, y'all gonna go out like that?
It's erotica. No,
So we gotta do all that.
Or we can do like BDSM.
BDSM.
Not
no,
doing
I'm
that.
saying like no, we're not going to do.
Well, Desiree, you wear what you feel comfortable.
Because if that's the case, I know a guy that can know how to tie somebody up. And we
Girl,
can
you
do
I
it.
don't
just
wanna
tying
be
up.
tied
I don't want to be tied up.
I just showed you it was not that bad.
What y'all think? Y'all think we should bring a little of the erotica with us?
You know what I'm
for
saying?
This
You know what?
classy
Not like
erotica.
I'm cool.
I'm okay with that.
I'm cool.
You cool? You saying you okay with that?
Wait, what'd you say? I was talking about what she was talking about.
We dressing with the theme of the book is what
I guess I could.
We'll figure something out.
Yeah.
Okay, we
Just
got
stay tuned.
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
Y'all give us a thumbs up. Give us a thumbs up. Or no, we don't want to.
I'm scared. I'm scared to find out how this is gonna go. I'm gonna say that right now. I am a little nervous.
Y'all can expect chains and spikes from
Especially from Desiree.
Not from us.
Wait till I come in and I'm gonna have to put we don't write to this music. SSSN.
Oh my
Hey,
God.
but guess what? Erotica is different for different people.
It is. Erotica is different for different people. I'm gonna see. I've never actually read an erotic book that I can think of. I think the only thing that I read that was real nasty was like 50 Shades of Grey, and I think
that was my only one.
Did you read
not. I don't think I read that one.
Books that weren't necessarily erotica.
No, Terry McMillan.
Yeah.
She has some
she does.
erotic books.
Yeah.
Yes, I read a couple of hers. Yeah.
Why
Why are you telling that lady business?
I don't know. I kind of feel like I read this book called Guys in Suits when I was younger. I don't think it was erotica book.
It was probably
it was parts.
I was about to say it was probably a little spicy for you when you was younger.
Suggestions on some G rated. I want to talk about how his finger went up.
Oh,
Lord. Guys in Suits. I think I remember the theme. I think I read it in college. It was about the difference in a black woman dating kind of a blue collar everyday guy with how he give it to her versus the professional, educated corporate guy, how he give it to her. So that's what it was.
Maybe
about.
I might check that out.
Guys in Suits.
Guys in Suits. I'm gonna have to look it up.
Okay. Well, we are wrapping up.
Yeah.
And before we get in, before Jasmine takes us out, I did want us to pay the bill. Well, so I just wanted to show you what it was. So basically, you guys, if you would love to see us continue this content and support us, make sure you scan that QR code. I'm gonna go back to it, but I was gonna, because I'm doing it one more time. Y'all scan that QR code. It's gonna take you to PayPal, and anything helps. $1, $5, $100, $1,000. It is up to you. But all proceeds will go back into our organization. The book club session, we do have it broken up. Book club interviews and all of the above. So there are things we're moving to do this year, and we would love to, have you guys help support those causes. And again, we're going to play that one more time, so you have 3 times to scan that QR code.
That means you're going to pay 3 times.
Tres tiempos. That's how you say time. Tiempo? 3 tiempos? Uno más. Uno más. Matter of fact, we're not letting y'all go. Close the doors to the church. Everybody got $1. 40,000. Everybody got $1. We're not getting off until we receive 40,000. Run it back.
Lock the door.
All right, y'all. We ain't gonna hold y'all hostage no more. Okay.
Sorry.
I just want to thank everybody for tuning in, whether you watched right now or if you tuned in later. Thank you. Again, make sure that if you have not already, please make sure you follow us on all social media platforms. Yes. TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, we got them all.
Spotify and Apple.
Spotify and Apple. We just locked those in. So please make sure you are following us if you're not already.
And tell a friend.
Yes, tell a friend to tell a friend. Just make sure, yes, you share, like, follow, leave a comment. Y'all know how it go. You know what you gotta do.
$0 to share.
Yes,
no, don't tell people that. We got a QR code.
Oh no, not again.
Run that QR code.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Please.
Share and like.
Please share and like. We appreciate it. Thank you again to Sierra. She brought us some food and some wine. Too bad y'all can't partake, but I'm sure it's gonna be delicious. I can't wait to get me a plate.
Yes.
But we'll see y'all next time.
Let's say hi to our intern.
Oh.
Hi.
No, that way. Yeah.
Hi.
Thank you so much. Y'all make sure y'all tune back into us next month. Second Monday of the month. We will be talking about whatever book Desiree picked.
It's on there, the date. It's on the
What day?
Turn to the last page because I put all of that information.
Y'all don't forget, send in your suggestions for the
So June 9th would be the next book club. So make sure you mark it on your calendar so you can tune in and see what the book is about. Also, make sure that you stay tuned for the next week because we will be putting out what the book is going to be so that you can read the book and keep up with us when we're talking about it next month.
Don't forget to add questions or comments that you may have pertaining to the book or about book club.
Yes, please.
Or anything you would like to ask or things that we should ask each other.
Absolutely.
No crazy stuff.
Please.
We want the crazy stuff. We're just going to
it might make it a little bit spicy. I might not mind.
I mean, it's erotica. Y'all got
that's true
to see what we decide to.
That's true. That's true.
I'm gonna do an ask a BrwnGrlz segment.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, see y'all later. You enjoy the rest of your night. BrwnGrlz. Bye.
A big thanks to our advertising sponsors and to you, our viewers, for being part of this journey. We can't wait to see you next time.